So this is the Laps landing page video builder. Should be used in conjunction with actually just watching my landing page video so you can see how the structure works. I'm going to go through some of the principles first, which are really the soft stuff that make all this work. Then I'll get into the structure. First of all, do you. Authenticity goes viral. When it comes to videos, if you suddenly start speaking or dressing or behaving in any way that goes outside of what you would normally do in any given week, it will have an adverse effect on your engagement. So don't dress differently than you would normally dress speaking to your audience. And that's a mistake that I see happen a lot, is people get dressed up or prepared to do a video. I would just get as prepared as if you were going to a run-of-the-mill networking event and just do you. Scripts and storyboards like what I'm going to go through now are like training wheels. The idea is to give you a good structure, to get in the habit of good format. As you get better and as you achieve more mastery, you can start deviating from the structure because you'll have that intimate understanding of how to get to the result no matter what. I would recommend adding a few of these new elements at a time, not necessarily all at once. And of course, the ultimate truth is the result. You can get everything in this stack perfectly, but if people that you're communicating to don't want your stuff, if the inherent value isn't there, it isn't going to make a difference. You got to know the monkey. I talk a lot about this idea of pitching to the monkey. We've got three parts of our brain. The reptile brain, that's all about fight, flight, freeze. The monkey brain, that's all about bright, shiny objects, but wants to stay inside our comfort zone. And there's the human, the empire builder, the creative, logical, rational part of our brain. And the fact is we need all three of those parts of the brain engaged, but it's often the monkey and the reptile that will cause people to disengage subconsciously. So you'll see some of that in here as well. Don't be spammy. When you start going down the video internet marketing funnel, there are lots of super spammy examples that I would recommend you do not model. This starts to decrease when you do you. People are pretty smart. When you start showing them all these shoddy little gimmicks and tactics, I think you do the opposite of influence. So don't be spammy. And I would recommend practicing in front of a camera 20 times for the bin. Just get that practice in. All right. So you'll see in the bottom left, we're in the setup zone. You'll also see my little monkeys here. The first thing we want to approach is just getting people's attention. It's the monkey saying, why should I care about this? You want to make it a sentence like a headline. In our Laps program, we have a headline generation tool, and it should really sum up in one go what you're going to get. It should be relevant, it should elicit curiosity, it could even be a controversial statement, and a general headline structure where you're going to get all the good without the bad. You're going to generate more leads, appointments, presentations, and sales without having to be a tech geek or spending 3/4 of your week chasing new business. Something like that. After that first little soundbite, and this is just a few seconds, we want the monkey to go, whoo, that might be interesting. I'll give him another 10 seconds, right? So it's a real short, punchy opener. And again, just go back to my video, you'll see how I do it. Next, we're going for context, right? The monkey is thinking, who is this con artist? And what is their agenda, right? And monkeys are always thinking that someone's going to come and steal their nuts and their berries and all that sort of stuff. So we've got to get the zoo on side fast because people's attention is fickle and it is controlled by the monkey and the reptile. So you've got to get out, who are you, a quick demonstration of results and why you're doing this if necessary. So the webinars that I have launched in the early days of the Laps program are for KPIs. They already know me, like me, trust me, so I can skip some of that. So you might want to add more of a demonstration of results. Like, look, I'm Glen Carlson. For the last 15 years, I've worked with over 3,000 businesses as they've gone through our accelerator to become the TED talkers, the authors, the commentators, etc. So I could just put in one little sentence that's a demonstration of results straight out of the capstone pitch is fine. And then a bit of a why are you doing this? You'll notice that's the bit that I hit in my video. We just want to get the monkey to go, okay, I'm listening. Then you want an insight. On the actual webinar itself, I go into some more detail around this idea of the big idea and the buying belief stack. But essentially, we've got to give some broad context to frame the problem and solution. But one of the mistakes I see people make here is they go too deep too soon. We're just going big picture. So it's just simply saying, I see there's two types of businesses that have got automated sales and marketing machines and those that don't. And the difference in their success is as stark as night and day. You know, I framed the problem, didn't go into it. Now, of course, we've now got the monkey going, hey, I can kind of relate to that insight. I'm resonating with this and I'm keeping its attention. The objective, the monkey's going, what does this cat want from me? So tell them straight up what they're offering. I said, I've got a webinar coming up that I want you to do. If you notice any of my emails that I send people, I say, hey, I've got this thing, I've got this event, I've got this opportunity that I want you to take. And then I give them the value proposition for all of that. So they're judging what I'm sharing with them in the context of what I want them to do. So it's calling the elephant in the room because people know that there's a sale coming or they suspect that there's a sale coming. So if there is, set it up at the start so we keep the monkey on board. Then we want to set up it's all about setting up the next step. So the monkey's going, oh, okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I can handle that. That's fair enough. That's reasonable, etc. Then there's a gear change. All that was in the setup. Pretty short amount of time. And then we're moving into now the value stage. You'll see value there down the bottom left. So we want to make this super relevant. The monkey's screaming, yo, I'm busy. Can this crap wait? And we need to explain to the monkey that, no, this can't wait. We need to keep your attention into this. So we need to build more relevance, more value to get more attention. A few of the ways we do this are communicating to a niche. If I'm doing a video on skincare, I'm going to lose the monkey pretty quickly. But if I'm doing a video on getting rid of your acne, especially if you're in the first few years of high school, because that niche is so specific, the relevance to that particular listener is going to go through the roof and it's going to get me more attention for longer. We can talk about things like industry trends, big picture of a situation that's giving some more relevance. So the monkey can go, oh, okay, that's interesting, that's relevant. Also talking to their situation. If you can have the monkey going, well, this chick's reading my mind, man, like proper psychic sort of stuff because you know your niche so well, that will prove relevance. And this is the point to drop in anything like that. At this point, the monkey's probably going to go, oh, I don't want to open this door. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. It's really not that bad. It is what the monkey does professionally. So we need to make sure the monkey totally gets it freaking is that bad. So the 3 problems and the pain. We want to get specific on the problems and the consequences of those problems. Again, on the webinar, I'm going to go into the 3 buying beliefs. And we really want this 3 problems section to reinforce and embed those 3 buying beliefs. We want to get to the true pain. We want it to be really relevant and timely. And we kind of want the monkey going, all right, this is bad, but how did this guy just x-ray my life? Like, if you don't know your customers' problems, you're never going to create the kind of content that's engaging enough. If you do know your customers' problems and the subtle nuances and the circumstances and the context that cause them, this is the place to share it, because if you have the ability to understand the nuances of a customer's problem better than they do or better than anyone else has, you will immediately gain pole position as the person that they want to help solve it. Then you want to get to the promise, because at this point, the monkey has a super short attention span. It's thinking, God, there's so much going on here. I'm getting confused. So we've got to sum it up, right? Ultimately here, what you're talking about is becoming a key person of influence in your industry. Bang, 1 sentence, tweetable, the prize. If it comes to the laps challenge, it is to be able to increase your sales by 20%, bam. And then the monkey goes, huh, that's exactly what I want. I couldn't have said it better myself. That's what you want the monkey saying. And you kind of want that to be true, that they couldn't have said it better themselves because they haven't spent the time thinking about the prize and that key outcome as much as you had. So this is very much your 7 habits of highly effective people, the 4-hour work week, anything that really sums up the promised land. Then you want to explore the surrounding area around the promised land. Tell me about this promised land you speak of, says the monkey. So when they get the prize, when they become the key person of influence, or when they've got the automated sales and marketing machine, what else shows up? You get more of XYZ, you get less of ABC, this gets easier, that gets cheaper, whatever it is from your side of things. So for KPI, it'd be highly valued, highly paid, doing what you love. Those are the 3 benefits, and we can continue to unpack those even more if we want to. We want the monkey screaming, "Dad, I want one!" Then we need a call to arms, right? This is the part in my video when I say it's time to get your sweat on. So it's not exactly me riding around with a blue face like Braveheart, but I'm trying to talk to the monkey and just sum it all up again, but not so much as an outcome, but what I need them to do. A new belief, a new action, like a metaphor, like a maxim. So this whole idea to sweat the assets you've got, that is the kind of the call to arms. The monkey then goes, okay, yeah, all right, I can do that. That's kind of what we want. So now we're at the second gear change, which bottom left you'll see is now bringing us into the close. So this is the feature stack element. The monkey's saying, right, if I do this, what exactly do I get? So you've already spelt out the benefits, which is kind of like conceptual. Now we need to get specific. You're going to get X, you're going to get Y, you're going to get Z, and you want to reinforce the prize. So you can see how I did that in my webinar video above. And you want the monkey going, that sounds super practical. All right, I'm liking this. I'm getting this. This is cool. Next is the benefits stack, right? Why is all this stuff I'm going to get important again? Spell out the specifics of what they get. It's going to be great because as a result of all those features, you're going to be able to do this more specifically. You're going to be able to do that. And again, to reinforce the prize. You want the monkey sitting here at this point going, oh, I'm in. This is cool. You want to offer maybe a bonus, right? So the monkey's like, oh, I'm so close, but there's this Netflix special on, and I think I'm going to do that instead. So we want to give them an irresistible reason to act, just like I did for you with this. Just by registering, you're also going to get X. Now, the idea of this is you want whatever that X is to be IP rich, but digital, cheap, and scalable. So I hope you're getting value for this. It didn't cost me anything to make. So you want the monkey going, ha, sucker, I'm just going to register to get the thingy, which is fine. Next steps. The monkey, I don't like taking action. It's scary. Walk me through what I've got to do, like real simple. So you got to be really, really, really specific. This isn't meant to be patronizing, but I've generated about $10 million worth of sales presenting, and it's crazy. The difference between being really specific and just specific can often be the difference between 10, 20, 30% close, like a big deal. It's weird. So you want to be like, click the button below, fill out your information, but then you also want to tell them what's going to happen next. Right? Check the box to receive your bonus in the inbox, you'll get it, right? It's got to be really specific. And that's the same if you're presenting live as well. So you want the monkey to go, yeah, all right, that's pretty straightforward. I can handle that. All right, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And then as per the capstone pitch, the essence, right? Because the idea is that at this point, the monkey is like, oh, this is what I got to do. All this logic. I'm a monkey. Where are the bananas? Who are you again? Why am I doing this? It's kind of where the monkey's head at. So you want to reinforce your reputation, something you're known for. For over a decade, I've been helping people get to the promised land. I've been helping people become key people of influence and building their sales and marketing machines. And to elicit an emotion, something around your values, maxims, your philosophy, a strongly held belief. And again, for me, My emotional close is quite simply be brave, have fun. Let's go make a dent in the universe. And the idea is the monkey goes, oh, that's nice. All right, I'm in. And that's it. I hope you find it useful. I'd love you to do me up some landing page video pictures. If you send them through, I'll watch them. Cheers.